Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtianygo here, and today I want to welcome you back to another Market Watch, Monday Market Watch for you guys. So we are going to be checking out some of the cards that are going to be trending out of the newest set, Duelist Nexus, and also some of the cards that have been affected, and also some of the cards that are going up and down just because of the tournaments that are going to be coming up. We got regionals coming up again. It's going to be very, very exciting. I'm not exactly too sure when the World Championship is going to be. I don't know off the top of my head, but that's going to be exciting to go ahead and tune into as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one because I will be posting all of the Duelist songs to live stream it. So we got first up here, we got Chimera, the king of Phantom Beasts, not the king of Mythical Beasts. So Chimera is basically all reworks of Yugi's original deck, which is really, really cool to see. And this card is actually pretty nuts. The entire deck overall is pretty nuts. I think it just gets undervalued because in order for it to be really competitive, it does need to be supported by the Brand Despia strategy, but on its own, it's actually a pretty cool deck. I'm actually working on a profile to try to make it as pure as possible for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But honestly, a really, really cool card. It does rip a card out from your opponent's hand at random, which can be good or bad if you're going up against Dark Rolls. So, well, that's just unfortunate for you. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. It's really, really cool. During your opponent's turn, you can banish this card, special summon any beast, fiend, or illusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So it does lead to additional combo plays with that chain blocking. So actually really, really cool. I think Team Sam has made the best effort so far to make as pure as possible of an illusion deck as can be, really. But honestly, a really, really cool card, which indirectly, or I should say does directly affect the price of Gazelle, the king of Mythical Beast, which I talked about this a few months back about this card just going up and up in price, and it has continued the trend, of course. So if you are looking to get a first edition ultra rare copy of Gazelle, King of Mythical Beast, is going to run you around $18 to $20 per copy for a vanilla monster. I believe is the only ultra rare if I'm not mistaken. Common. Yeah, so if you guys want your only holo copy of it, it is going to be around $20 for the first edition. Actually super, super crazy. And make sure that you guys are looking through your bulk for this card. I'm sure a lot of us just tossed this card out or used it as a coaster for your cup, whatever it might be back in the day. But essentially, for those of us who actually took care of our cards back in the day, we get to go ahead and reap the rewards. So that's going for around 20 bucks right out, but I think it's pretty much more of a collector's piece at this point. I don't think this is a card you actually use in the strategy, but you know, that may change it. I don't know if Konami make this like a dual type, if that's something they're looking to do. Make this an illusion, make it errata, maybe release it down the line. But it's nice to have the original ultra rare copy there as well. Another card that has been skyrocketing in price, of course, we have Revolution Synchron, which is actually interesting. So I want to take a look at this right now with you guys. I was saying it towards the end, but I really want to check this out. So this is all the Duelist Nexus cards that have, of course, been released, going from most expensive to least expensive. Now we can see that because of the quarter century secret rares taking up a lot of the value in the set, the secret rares themselves have pretty much go for pennies on the dollar, being very, very, very inexpensive. The most expensive one, of course, being Revolution Synchron, which you of course need 3 of in most synchro decks. So it's actually, like I said before in our previous video where we talked about the Duelist Nexus cards to pick up at sneak peek, this is definitely on that list, guys, if you could pick it up for the low. But honestly, with the hype around this card and just overall how great it is, I could see potentially just going up and up and up in price. But it's really depending on the competitive scene at the moment. I mean, essentially, we're just getting into a new season of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't think it's going to be as highly competitive at the moment. So that does take into, we do have to take into consideration as well when we're thinking, is the card we're going to go up, down. It really just depends on the market, right? So, and this going back, just showing you guys a lot of we got the Chimera, which is going to be one of the most expensive cards as far as the secrets and ultra rares. And a lot of the secret rare slots, like the point I was trying to get across at is that they're just going really, really low in value overall, which pretty much means if you are not pulling a quarter century secret rare out of your box, you're pretty much negging quite a bit. So this is going to essentially indirectly, I mean, I'm not buying any Duelist Nexus except for sneak peek, just because I want to go ahead and see, you know, the new cards. It's exciting, see if I can get a quarter century or not. But essentially, if you guys are not pulling a quarter century secret rare, you are going extremely minus in your entire box, which is one downside, I believe, to the quarter century secret rares, because I do not believe they are 1 per box. So that is something to definitely have to take into consideration as well. because if you pull like the only way that you go plus is if you get the Revolution Synchron. Any other secret rare as well, you're going extremely nega in. I don't think it was right for Konami to go ahead and make the Testina cards all secret rares like this. Or well, that's pretty much the only one, but still, you guys get what I'm saying, right? So it's kind of like a wasted slot in my eyes. So personally, I believe it could have been better used for like the Infernoble cards or cards that are more exciting out of the set overall, instead of trying to sell their own like illusion cards. Lars is actually a really good card, which is actually causing a different type of price spike in terms of the dinosaur decks. Actually, Lars is fantastic. I'll actually go ahead and check that out next. Lars is a phenomenal card. If you are looking to play dinos in any type of way, or you play any deck that plays level 6 monsters, you have to play this card because it's extremely good. So basically, it's untargetable as long as it has materials, which is fantastic. And then when your opponent activates any card or effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card and negate its effects until the end of the turn. So absolutely fantastic. Any type of lingering effects that would be, just go ahead and negate the lingering effect. So really fantastic card overall. Also, if you happen to have reptile and or dinosaur monsters under it as materials, you just detach 1, and it doesn't look like it's a hard once per turn or a soft once per turn. You can just activate as many times as you want, as the Volzar cards kind of do. So actually a really cool card to go ahead and play in your dinosaur strategy, which is of course causing Ground Xeno to go up in price again. So Ground Xeno is a card that saw in a lot of immediate hype the second that it dropped, of course, pretty much boosting the overall viability of the dinosaur strategy immensely, immeasurably high. I mean, there's a lot of hype around this card. You go ahead and pop all the cards in your hand, you could combo off, you could play around Droll. It did a lot of things for the dinosaur strategy, but of course that did not translate into competitive success. So this one big drop off that we are seeing here, but of course with the new release of Volzar Lars, it's starting to go up again. Only 18 listings at the time of recording this video, guys, around $30 per copy, but it is going up quite a bit. I think there's one person trying to get like 80 bucks from it. I don't think that person's going to be getting that, but it does go up pretty quickly, guys. So I'd probably recommend, if you guys are looking to pick this deck up, or if you're looking to buy for resale purposes, I would try to pick them up around the $20-$25 range if you're going to be buying them from like a locals or your friends, wherever it might be. I'll probably go around that price because I could honestly see this card going a little bit higher in the event that dinosaurs actually prove to be extremely viable down the line. Now, of course, it's just speculation at this point, but Volzar Lars is actually an extremely good card, incredibly undervalued. This is criminal for what it is, but I understand it's not the most popular deck, so you know, leads into the effects, right? So next, Manadium. So Manadium, the boost that it got to the current deck is actually really ridiculous. The deck is absolutely I mean, if the deck goes first and it doesn't break, of course, you're absolutely going extremely nuts. I mean, and the thing is that all the cards kind of search themselves. It has a lot of, they all synergize so well together, and you just synchro climb with that deck like it's nobody's business. And especially with that new Crimson Dragon, of course, I mean, the combo lines are limitless with this deck. So definitely resulting to a huge price spike with the field spell, of course, that lets you add any Manadium monster or Visa Starfrost from deck to your hand. So immediate access to whatever you need, and it's definitely deserving of the doubling in price point for this card. It's actually super crazy. I go for around $40 a copy right now. I don't think this card is going to be getting a reprint anytime soon, but I might be wrong, right? Triple Dagger's Thrust is a card that was actually plummeting quite a bit once the OTS reprint got announced, because of course they, values go, you get a reprint, this card goes down, whatever it might be, but it immediately shot right back up. So I mean, that did absolutely nothing for it. You guys, one of the lucky ones that picked it up for around 60 bucks. Good for you. But I don't think Triple Dagger Strux is a card that's going to be getting an actual reprint of a lesser rarity anytime soon. I mean, the ulti reprint was definitely deserving, and the card is absolutely super ridiculous. With 11 listings and 28 listings, a lot of people have started to reinvest into this card. It may be also like I said, the reprint affecting it, and was going up in price just as the competitive scene going back up there again. So it's definitely something to take into consideration. And then the last card we're going to be checking out today is Garura. So It's a card that I haven't seen actually do anything in a while, so it's Super Poly kind of being out of the picture. But I have seen a lot of people start messing around with this card more recently, including myself, including one of my deck profiles. I forgot which one it was. But honestly, Garura is going up quite a bit. It's going from around $16, now going up to $20, $22, reaching upwards of $40 as well. Someone did actually purchase it for $40. It's quite a bit for me personally, but the card is selling. The card is selling for these prices, which essentially means that it can only go up from there, right? So if you have a Garura, I'll probably hold on to it for a little bit longer, because Super Poly is a card that, well, not even just Super Poly. There's so many other ways to go ahead and get into Garura. It's useful in the cashier strategy to go ahead and slap under the Arise card, whatever it might be. It's so multi-diverse and multi-purpose that I just think this card could go up at any time. But essentially, that's going to be it for the Market Watch for today, guys. We have a lot of really fun cards on here. Gazelle was definitely a really cool one to go ahead and see once again going up in price. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is there a card that I missed? Is there a card that you actually want me to go ahead and make sure that I am letting the world know in the Market Watch? Let me know in the comment section down below. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.